Welcome back. It's time for the press box to chit-chat about sports. Let's go, Mary. Topic one. Thursday was a crazy day when we all learned that Wemby is out for the rest of the season with a deep vein thrombosis in his right shoulder, or a blood clot. Mary, you were there in Austin for morning shoot-around. Walk us through how it all went down and your initial reaction.
My initial reaction was absolutely shocked. I mean, you have to keep it in perspective that on Sunday, Victor Wembanyama was playing in an all-star basketball game. And then on Monday, the following day, he seeks medical attention with what turned out to be a blood clot in his shoulder, ending his season. It wasn't a possibility on my radar. I know if you're very close to the team, it might have been something that leaked out. But outside of that, total shock. So when we were in Austin, we covered the Phoenix Suns morning shoot-around. After that, I felt like some big news was going to drop. I thought that news would be Wemby wouldn't be playing in that game.
Sure. Yeah.
Come to find out he's out for the season. So, oh man, it was an emotional piece of information. It's sad to see his Defensive Player of the Year award go away that quickly in the blink of an eye, but hopefully his health moving forward is intact.
And they expect him to be ready for next season. That's good news. Fingers crossed that it all turns out okay. So with 27 games left in the regular season, how many do you think the Spurs will win without Wemby, Mary? Now, this is also our poll question tonight.
I think the big question is how in how many games can the Spurs overcome their lack of size? Because they can't overcome it with shooting all the time like we saw tonight. Fox went 3 for 16 from the field. Paul and Castle went 1 in 10 from the field, respectively. Devin Vassell shot the ball poorly as well. So they are going to need to find an answer for rebounding to make up Wemby's size. Now, I think in this next 2-week stretch, I think we'll get our answer if the team decides to mail it in. I mean, they have to piece together enough wins to be competitive for the play-in tournament. And if not, we could likely see 10 or less or 12 wins or less.
Yeah, so of the 27 games left, 19 are against teams that are either in the play-in tournament or they're higher than that in the playoff seedings. It's going to be rough. I'm with you. I think it's going to be around that 12-win mark. All right, yesterday, Shams reported that Spurs head coach Greg Popovich is not expected back this season. He suffered a mild stroke back in early November. Does this shock you at all, Mary? Did you expect Pop back this season?
I didn't necessarily expect him to be back this season, but what does shock me is the fact that his future is in question. I would hate to see Pop not be able to go out, end his legendary career on his own terms. So that's the part that does surprise me. I hope that he can find a way to return to the sideline. But this year it makes sense. That's a pretty serious medical condition. To come back from an NBA coach is a pretty stressful job.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, it's Pop first and foremost. We're worried about his health. I would love to see him come back this season just for morale of the team and all that. But things I've seen online from a mild stroke, it can take anywhere from 3 to 6 months to recover. So I'm not shocked he's not coming back, and I hope that he gets well soon. And how awesome would it be next year to see Pop and Wemby step back on the court?
That's all we want.
Yes.
That's all we want.
And that's going to do it for the Press Box.